This video's topic is conic section parabola. Parabola is obtained when a plane intersects a cone which is parallel to its surface. Earlier, we have seen the equations of parabola. For vertical parabola, we've seen the general form, vertex form, standard form of parabola, and same for horizontal parabola. We've seen general form and the standard form. Today, we're going to see another equation of parabola. X squared equals 4py, or y squared equals 4px. If x is squared, then parabola opens up or down. It's a vertical parabola. And it depends on the sign of p. If p is positive, parabola opens up. P is negative, parabola opens down. For y squared equals 4px, if y is squared, then parabola opens up, left or right. If p is positive, parabola opens right. If p is negative, parabola opens to the left. P is the distance of focus from its vertex. At the level of focus, graph is going to be 4p units wide. So at the level of focus, graph is 4p units wide. Definition of parabola. Parabola is a set of all points x, y such that they're equidistant from a fixed line called directrix. So directrix. And a fixed point called the focus. So each point on the parabola has the same distance from this line as well as from that point focus. Each point has the same distance from the point focus to and from that line. So the distance between the point and the focus and the point and the directrix is same. That's what it is. Set of parabola is a set of all points x, y such that they're equidistant from a fixed line called directrix and a fixed point called focus. Focus is going to be inside the parabola and directrix is outside the parabola in the opposite direction of which parabola opens. Okay, so equation of directrix would be y equals negative p, and focus is along the vertex line of the parabola. Let's see some examples. Graph x squared equals 16y. So we know, first of all, that this parabola is because x is squared and we have a positive number here. So this parabola is going to open up. So vertex is going to be 0, 0 for this parabola, and this parabola is going to open up. Let's go ahead and think about focus. So if I compare it to x squared equals 4py, then we can see p is equal to 4 because 4p is equal to 16 and p would be equal to 4. 4p is 16, so p is going to equal to 4. So p is the distance between the focus and the vertex. So inside the parabola, focus will be at 0.04. Vertex is 0, 0. At the level of the focus, graph is going to be 16 units wide. At the level of the focus, graph is going to be 16 units wide. The parabola is going to be 16 units wide. So that means it's going to go 8 units to the left, 8 units to the right. So it's going to be at negative 8, 4, and it's going to be at positive 8, 4 here. And that's how my parabola is going to look like. Okay, it does not look like a parabola on this side, but let's go ahead and do that. And parabolas do not have sharp corners, and it's going to be a smooth, rounded, continuous curve touching the origin. Now, we can see here the focus is 0, 4, and equation of directrix line is going to be directrix is on the opposite side of the parabola. So it's going to be a line y equals, it will be 4 units away, p units away, the p was 4, p units away in the opposite direction. So equation of directrix will be y equals negative 4. Let's see another example. Y squared equals 4x. Since y squared, this parabola opens left or right. And we have a positive number here. 4p is positive. So this parabola is going to open to the right. And my origin vertex is the origin 0, 0. So now we need to think about 4p is equal to 4, so P is equal to 1. Inside 1 unit, inside the parabola, I will have my focus here. And on the other side, we will have our directrix equation passing through x equals -1. And at the level of focus, my graph is going to be 4 units wide. So it's going to be 2 units above, 2 below. So when I go up and down, only y coordinates change. The x does not change. So it's going to be, we went 2 above and 2 below. And that's how my parabola is going to look like. And the coordinates of focus are going to be x is 1, y is 0. Equation of directrix is going to be x equal to, in this case, x equal to -1 because it's a vertical line, so x equal to -1. Parabola not centered at 0, 0. Equation of that parabola will be x minus h squared equals 4p times y minus k. hk is the vertex, opens up or down depending on the sign of p. A parabola that opens left and right, y minus k squared equals 4p, x minus h, vertex is h and k, opens left or right depending on the sign of the p. Here's an example. Y minus 2 squared equals -12 x plus 3. Now this parabola is going to be a left and right parabola because y is squared. And we can see the 4p is negative, so it's going to open towards left. This parabola is going to open towards left. And my vertex for this parabola is going to be, this is k and h. So vertex would be -3 and 2. Let's go ahead and mark x is -3, y is 2. This parabola opens to the left. Now at this point, we want to think about what is my p equal to. 4p is equal to 12, absolute value. So p is going to equal 3. So that means 3 units going inside my parabola, I will be at my focus. And 3 units on the other side, I will have my directrix. So 3 units inside, I will have my focus. The vertex coordinates were -3, 2. If I go 3 more to the left, I will be at -6, 2. So coordinates of focus are -6, 2. And at the level of focus, my parabola will be 12 units wide altogether. So 6 to the left, 6 to the right. If I go 6 above, when we go up and down, our x coordinate does not change, but y coordinate changes. So x is still going to be -6, and y would be, if I go 6 above, I would be at 8. 6 below, I would be at -4. And that's how my parabola is going to look like in this case. So that's the parabola. An equation of directrix is going to be, directrix will be 3 units away on the opposite side of the vertex. So that would be actually on, if I go 3 on the opposite side, I will be on y-axis. So directrix is, equation of directrix in this case would be x equal to 0. Right, another example of, this one we are trying to find the focus, directrix, and vertex of each parabola. The very first one, the vertex, is easy to think of. Vertex is 0, 0. There's no h and there's no k. So vertex is 0, 0 in this case. Now we want to think about the focus, as well as the focus and directrix for this parabola. So this parabola is going to open towards the left. This parabola will be opening towards the left. So let's think about it. How is it going to look like? And we have 4p is equal to 12, p is equal to 3. So let's think about it. Vertex is 0, 0. Parabola opens towards left. And focus is going to be 3 units inside. 3 units inside. So my focus for this parabola is going to be 3 units along the line passing through vertex inside. So that would be x would be -3, y would be 0. And for directrix, I will be having equation of the directrix would be x equals 3. Right, another one, y plus 1 squared equals 28 times x minus 2. So in this case, my vertex is going to be 2, -1. Vertex is 2, -1. And let's go ahead and graph it a little. That helps us think about. And also we can see 4p is 28, so p is equal to 7. Vertex is 2, -1. Parabola opens to the right. X is 2. Y is -1. And parabola opens to the right. So from 2, -1, there is going to be 7 units inside my parabola. I will have my focus. So focus is going to be, the y coordinate is not going to change, and 2 plus 7 is 9. Focus will be 9 and -1, and equation of directrix in this case will be going 7 units to the left, which will be x equals -5. X equals -5. All right, last one, we're looking for focus, directrix, and vertex. Vertex in this case is going to be 3, -2 is the vertex, 3, -2. And 4p is equal to 4, so p is equal to 1. And this parabola opens up. So let's quickly draw it. That helps us think about focus and directrix. So 3 and -2. X is 3, y is -2, and this parabola opens up. So inside my parabola, 1 unit inside my parabola, I will have my focus. So 1 unit inside would be my focus. For the focus, the x coordinate is not going to change because I'm going up and down. X will be still 3. And if I go 1 unit in, my y coordinate will be -1. And going 1 unit on the opposite direction, directrix equation will be y equals, from -2, I'll go 1 unit down. It will be y equals -3. Let's see a couple more examples of graphing the parabolas. X plus 2 squared equals 8 times y minus 1. So here we have our vertex is going to be -2 and 1. Let's go ahead and mark x is -2, y is 1. Okay. And we can see this parabola is going to open up. So focus is going to be, let's go ahead and find the p. 4p is equal to 8. P is going to equal 2. Focus in this case will be 2 units inside my parabola. So if I go 1, 2 units inside my parabola, my x coordinate is not going to change for the focus. The y is going to change. It's going to be -2 and 3 because the vertex was -2 and 1. At the level of focus, my graph is going to be 8 units wide. So I'm going 4 to the left, 4 to the right. When we go left and right, the y coordinate does not change, but x coordinate changes. -2 plus 4 is going to be +2. -2 minus 4 will be -6. And my parabola is going to look something like this. And that's a graph for this function. Equation of directrix is going to be, and we just found coordinates of vertex as well. Focus also we found. Directrix would be on the opposite side. So directrix would be 2 units on the opposite side. So on the opposite side, 2 units, I would be at y equals -1. So each point on this parabola is equidistant from focus and from the directrix. Another one, graphing y plus 2 equals -8, x minus 1, y plus 2 squared. So y is squared. This parabola opens left or right. Because I have negative sign here, this parabola is going to open to the left. Let's think about vertex quickly. Vertex for this parabola is going to be 1, -2. Let's go ahead and mark it. Vertex will be 1, -2. X is 1, y is -2. And this parabola opens to the left. 1, -2. This parabola opens to the left. Let's find out the p. 4p is 8. P is going to equal to 2. So going 2 units inside, I will have my focus, and the units or the coordinates for the focus will be, when we go left and right, y coordinate does not change, but we want 2 units to the left of 1. I would be at -1 for the focus. At the level of focus, my graph will be 8 units wide. So going 4 above, 4 below. Okay, now when we go up and down, when we move in a vertical format or vertical way, my x coordinates is not going to change, only my y coordinate is going to change. So from y equals 1 and -2. Oh, that was -2. From y equals -2, we went 4 units up. I would be at +2. Going 4 units down will be at -6. So graph of the parabola is going to look something like this. An equation of directrix here. Directrix is going to be, equation of directrix would be, it's going to be on the opposite side. So going from x equals 1, I have to go 2 units to the right. That would be x equals 3. X equals 3 is the equation of directrix. Another graph, this one does not look like in a very good shape. So first we want to complete the square and go ahead and put it in a nice shape and form. So we can add half of this number squared to complete the square. That would be y squared minus 4y plus 4 equals 28 minus 8x plus 4. Turns out to be y minus 2 squared equals, we can pull out, that would be -8x plus 32. Y minus 2 squared is, pull out a -8, x minus 4. So that's a parabola with the vertex as 4 and 2. And this parabola opens to the left. Vertex is at 4 and 2. X is 4, y is 2. And parabola opens to the left. And p is equal to 2 here, because 4p is 8, p is 2. So we can see focus will be 2 units in the parabola, and that units would be here 2 and 2 for the focus, and there's 4 and 2. At the level of focus, the graph is going to be 8 units wide. So from here we can go 4 left, 4 right. If I go up and down, my x coordinate does not change, but the y coordinate changes. If we go 4 above, 2 plus 4 is 6. 4 below, I would be at -2. And this parabola is going to look like this. That's the shape of this parabola. All right. Write the equation of the parabola with given vertex and given focus. Okay, so we're given the focus and the vertex, and we want to write the equation of the parabola. How do we write the equation of this parabola when we're given focus and vertex? First of all, I'm going to go ahead and draw. Drawing is going to help. The vertex is 1 and 2. X is 1, y is 2. And the focus is 3 and 2. X is 3, 1, 2, 3. Y is 2. So we can clearly see this is a parabola that opens to the right hand side. This is a parabola that opens to the right hand side. So equation is going to be x minus parabola that opens to the right hand side. So it's going to be something like this. So a parabola that opens to the right, equation will be y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. That is the general equation. Now at this point, we are going to be plugging in the vertex over here because this is h and this is k. So it turns out to be y minus 2 squared equals 4p x minus 1. Now we are given, we can see the focus here is how many units away from the vertex. The focus is at, the vertex is at 1, 2, focus is at 3, 2. So we can see focus is 2 units away from vertex. So focus is 2 units away from vertex. That means P is equal to 2 because P is the distance between focus and vertex. So we can plug that in and we have equation of our parabola. Y minus 2 squared equals 8x minus 1. And that's the equation of the parabola. Another equation of parabola, write the equation of parabola. We are given the vertex and it passes through 0, 0. Let's go ahead and plot it just to kind of get the estimate. So the vertex is at 2, 4, x is 2, y is 4, and it passes through 0, 0. Actually, there's two possibilities. There can be a parabola that opens down, or it could be a parabola that opens to the left. So two possibilities, we can consider any if we are not given the further information. I'm just going to go ahead and consider a parabola that opens down. So I'm just going to add the information that parabola opens down. But we could have a parabola that opens to the left as well. That satisfies these two conditions. So if my parabola opens down, equation would be x minus h squared equals negative 4p y minus k. We know the vertex is given, so x minus 2 squared equals negative 4p, y minus 4. Now we want to find out the p, so we know this equation must satisfy 0, 0 because it passes through that point. So to find p, let's go ahead and plug x as 0, y as 0, and we'll be able to find the p then. So that's negative 2 squared equals negative 4p times negative 4, 0 minus 4. So 4 is equal to positive 4p. P comes out to be 1. And now we can plug it back in. Equation of parabola is x minus 2 squared equals negative 4 y minus 4. And that's it. That's the equation of this parabola. One last example, write the equation of parabola with given vertex and the parabola passes through these 2 points. So we're given the vertex is negative 4, negative 2, x is negative 4, and y is negative 2. Here's the vertex, and it passes through negative 3, 0, which is here, and 9/4, comma 3. 9/4 is like 2 point something on y, and x is 3, somewhere here. All right, so looks like this parabola opens to the right hand side. So if I have a parabola that opens to the right hand side, the equation is going to be y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. Let's go ahead and plug the vertex in here. Y, the vertex, that would be y plus 2 squared equals 4p x plus 4. Now to find p, we can use any of the 2 given points and plug it in. Find p, plug x as negative 3 and y as 0. It's easier to plug this point in, so I'm going to be using this point. Y as 0 and x as negative 3. Negative 3 plus 4. 4 is equal to 4p times 1. P comes out to be 1. So my equation is y plus 2 squared equals 4 times x plus 4. And that's our equation for this parabola. That was all about parabolas.